Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of the tracking mark with now some more intense tracking exercise. Let's see, I have an exercise from Brian to look at first and then I'll just chat about it. And here we go.
Life is fast-paced, and screenless makes it easier than ever to stay connected. Our device-free technology helps you reach your goals and get stuff done. The future is screenless.
Man, the voiceover from Joe is just perfect for that. I wish they had some clapping and whistling as well in the music. Okay, so Brian did a pretty good job. He did told me it's still a work in progress, so let's not be too harsh on him. But let's look at this. Here we have a really good track. It's working really well. The only thing I would say is, really try to get that UI animated. That's going to help a lot. Just make it feel natural. The blending mode as well would need some work. For now, it's just looks a lot like a sticker or just something that's applied on top. And it's just about playing around with overlay, multiply, or different layer style. Is that layer style? Layer modes, that's how they're called. But otherwise it works pretty well. That finger here looks like it needs some motion blur to get the edge a bit less sharp. I think it's more, we can see that better on the next shot actually. So let's just move along to the next one. Up here we are. So look at that finger coming in. Yes, there. So you can see there's lots of motion blur on the thumb and on the index on the left here. And here we have a really sharp line. You can change that by just if you bring your mask into After Effects with the Mocha effect, then you can enable motion blur on that layer, and that would pretty much solve your problem. I think Mark actually shows how to do it in After Effects on the next video, so make sure you check that. Here, then you would need some motion blur on the UI as well. So if you can't, you can either use enable motion blur from After Effects, and if that's too demanding for a machine, you can also just add a directional blur or even a fastbox blur on horizontal would work on the cylinder, wherever you have your cylinder effect. You could do that. And we have just another issue is this is bumping out of her arm. And if it's the goal to really have that stick onto her arm, I would just make just roto her wrist and have that mask applied to that pre-comp. And here another small problem is we see the back of the cylinder, and I think that's just a check mark where you can choose either to see the front or the back and check which one you want, and just make sure you don't have the back enabled. On the left, it would be nice to just have it go around here, the wrist there. So just tweaking a little bit the rotation of that pre-comp. But otherwise that's pretty good. We just see we lose a little bit of the info here, and I think that's just, I think you have a glow or something like this that's set up that just eats away a little bit of that, which, since the whole point is to sell people this technology, I'd like to show them that it's working great. So make sure you tweak that. Otherwise, that's a pretty good track. That's pretty solid. And again, just the layer modes could be tweaked to get a nicer look to it. Let's go to the last one. Okay, so here again, the same Same thing as before. Make sure you got some motion blur going there. This is looking good. A little bit of sliding on this. Make sure you track. Yeah, especially by the end there. You can do multiple tracking in Mocha, where you at first start with the top of her wrist there, and then as the finger goes through, you can go back to another one and blend them together. So I would definitely give a chance to do that, to give a consistent track for the whole shot. Here I like what you did with the, or is that still, oh no, never mind. I thought you had some blending going on, but I'm not sure what's the reason for not seeing those guys much. I think this is working pretty well. I would, and that's you tweak the cylinder rotation on this, which I think is great. I would just go less intense than that, because she's moving her wrist by like, let's say 10 degrees or something, and you're really swooping around quite a lot with your the cylinder rotation. So just make sure it's a little less than this. But I really like the idea of it following the wrist rotation. And here some roto to get the screenless through. Nice. So I think one person did that. I told a few of you I would definitely get rid of that IKEA logo here. That's actually a lot of what I'm doing as a visual effects artist. It's people who shot something and like forgot, oh no, we have a big logo on like the main prop that the hero has for like half the short film or something. And you're like, great. So now you need to spend so much time just getting rid of it. And that's a lot of what my work is. So I would give it a shot if I were you. Just you could track that, get a mask going, and then you just need to match the color of the rest, or maybe content over fill can help you there. And you can even add your own logo, or add a small Easter egg. Anything that you think could be funny would work. It's just if I was the client on this, I wouldn't want to see my logo next to IKEA just because of the prop she's using. Okay, next I would go to Amanda. Amanda, who did a pretty good job. Let's have a look at it.
Life is fast-paced, and screenless makes it easier than ever to stay connected. Our device-free technology helps you reach your goals and get stuff done. The future is screenless.
Okay, so here you'll see what I was talking about the animation. I think that was great. That just helps so much of the transition. The tracking here is pretty much flawless. It's working great. Maybe, just maybe, I would add a little bit more of a warp on the cylinder for it to go around the wrist. A bit more, but otherwise that's really nice. And same thing here. The finger is just a little sharp on the edges. I think she saw this on the next shot, if I remember correctly. There, and there, that looks like it's just a feather, but that's already working much better. Just not here where it's like overlapping a little bit. But here, just having a little bit of a feather helps. I would definitely try enabling motion blur. That's going to help a lot more. And however, she does have motion blur going on the UI, which is great. I would just, if you can push a little bit and try to get it on the edge of the wrist there, so it looks like it's really turning around the whole wrist. That'd be amazing. That's looking good. And the tracking is great. Yeah, really well done. And the small things, like see how here she does a little bit of an overshoot with the animation. That's what, if you look at your apps on your smartphone, that's exactly what what they're all going for, trying to make a natural animation. And there's so many motion designers working on those nowadays. Like, I would definitely try to get a little bit of that that smooth animation going on in the UI. And the last two shots here. So I think the tracking is really good here. It's working really well. The finger here works well. Looks like, again, it's just a feather. So I would definitely do the motion blur again. The only thing that throw me off a little bit is how the position of it is a bit off from this shot to this shot. Should be just a little bit more on the right here. But otherwise it's pretty good. And here, it looks like this could be a little bit bigger. But it's just about what you can do. If you want to make sure it's pixel perfect, you could bring that shot into this one, or the other way around, and scale it up to match the wrist here, and see how big your UI is compared to that. So yeah, bring the other shot in there, scale it up, put the opacity down to like 50%, and then you'll see exactly how they match each other. Then you can adjust accordingly. That is working really well. The rotor is really good. And here, I think that's one of the most natural one I've seen. Just the twist, maybe you should add a little bit of a change in the warp, but it's a tricky one. It depends how you think of this technology working. If it's following every inches of your skin, or if it's a bit of a layer that sits up top. And even the scale here is really nice. It looks like it did. I'm not sure about squishing the height of it to match the next box. I think that's kind of strange to change the proportion of the text and everything in there. But otherwise, that's working nicely. There, the rotor is really nice. I think there's just maybe one or two. Yeah, here a little bit of an error. That's just because I'm pixel peeping, but yeah, that's what I'm here for. So that's working well. And the very last shot, yeah, really nice rotor there. And here, again, I'd get rid of that. Okay, I think one person did it. I think it was Dan who managed to get this off. The only issue is there's a shift of color from here to there, so you need to be looking for that and yeah, getting your whatever you fill it with to adjust accordingly. But yeah, really, really nice work, Amanda. I just wanted to show you one more exercise, just very quickly. It's a work in progress, he told me, so it's Ash. And just for one reason, I'd like to show it to you. Let's play it.
Life is fast-paced, and screenless makes it easier than ever to stay connected. Our device-free technology helps you reach your goals and get stuff done. The future is screenless.
So I actually just wanted to show you guys that very first shot there, because he did use his daughter in his work, which I think it's great. Anytime you can personalize your shots, it's going to make them better, because there's nothing that says stock footage like the random stock footage image that we got to put in any work. So just anytime you can get your own stuff, go outside, shoot something to implement it in your work, that's going to make it better. I think that's just great. And now he's got a shot that doesn't look like any of other School of Motion student, which I think is also a bonus. Yeah, so just wanted to leave you guys with that. And you guys killed it. I'm really looking forward. There's one more tracking assignment that's going to be a step above again. And looking forward to how you guys handle this one then. Okay, see you all very soon. Bye.